Hello everyone. Today we are diving into a crucial topic which has been making headlines recently. AstraZeneca's acknowledgement of the potential side effect associated with the COVID-19 vaccine, Covishield. The side effect being TTS, which stands for Thrombosis with Thrombocytopenia Syndrome. I'm sure majority of you have been vaccinated by this AstraZeneca's Covishield vaccine, which is manufactured by Serum Institute of India. In this particular video, let us find out what exactly is the issue and should you be worried about the vaccine side effect. Without further ado, let's start. So recently in the media, in the print media, in the videos and all over the world, you have been seeing news articles like this where AstraZeneca admits that the COVID-19 vaccine has side effects, where they have recalled the vaccine, where they have stopped the vaccine, and there is a big talk about this rare side effect. Okay, so let's deep dive into this particular news and find out what's the truth. Now, before making any conclusion, it is very important to understand what exactly is the issue. Okay, so we will dissect this issue step by step and reach to the conclusion. So make sure you watch the complete video to understand the complete issue. Now, as you know, that AstraZeneca is one of the big pharmaceutical companies which was instrumental in development of COVID-19 vaccine during the recent pandemic. Now, AstraZeneca is a British pharmaceutical company and they have manufactured the COVID-19 vaccine which is in talks recently after the courtroom document which clearly elaborated that this particular vaccine has a rare side effect like thrombosis, okay, which is TTS. Now, AstraZeneca vaccine against COVID-19 infection, it is manufactured by Serum Institute of India, okay? And this particular issue, it all started with a submission made by AstraZeneca in the British court. And this particular court document clearly stated that COVID-19 vaccine can cause a rare side effect, okay? And this was informed by the Daily Telegraph newspaper, which was reported this month. And this particular news spread like wildfire all across the India, all across the world, and everyone was concerned. Okay, whether this particular rare side effect, which would lead to heart attack, which would lead to blood clotting. Okay, so this is the issue. Now let us understand what exactly this particular code reporting was and what exactly was this side effect which was reported. Okay, so the pharmaceutical giant AstraZeneca was sued for 100 million pounds, okay, which is almost 1,000 crore rupees, in a class action lawsuit where people have claimed that this vaccine has caused death and serious injury in 51 cases. Okay, and this was reported by Daily Telegraph. And in response to that, the AstraZeneca is contesting this claim in the court, and in the legal document which they have submitted in the month of February, they have said that this particular COVID-19 vaccine in very rare cases can cause thrombosis with Thrombocytopenia Syndrome, which is TTS. And this particular syndrome can cause people to have blood clots and low platelet count, which would definitely lead to death and heart-related diseases. Okay, so they have admitted this in court, that there is a rare side effect, which is TTS, and it can lead to blood clot. Okay, now let us understand what exactly is this side effect, because it is very important to understand so that we can be assured what particular side effect that we are talking about. Now, this rare side effect is thrombosis with thrombocytopenia syndrome, okay? And this particular side effect, if you see, that has been rarely observed after COVID-19 vaccination, and this particular side effect has only reported in 4 cases per million doses administered, okay? But since TTS is a very serious adverse event which can cause clotting of the blood relating to low platelets, and this particular side effects have been previously reported, okay, and it was also reported with mRNA vaccines also. And the CDC scientists, which is Center for Disease Control in US, They have conducted a detailed review of the cases for TTS which have been reported, and it has been available to the healthcare provider, to the regulator, and to the general public. Okay. So this particular TTS syndrome can lead to death. That is definitely true. It can even lead to clotting and low platelet count, which can lead to serious side effects. Okay. So what exactly are we talking about is TTS syndrome. Okay. After COVID-19 vaccination. Now, this particular issue is making rounds and causing panic all around the world. But when was it reported? Okay, after this case reported in the British media, okay, the case ongoing by AstraZeneca, this particular side effect of the Covishield vaccine, okay, or it has been marketed in European Union as Vaxzevria, okay. So this has been previously reported in the year 2021, okay. So the Global Advisory Committee on Vaccine Safety is an apex body which reviews safety of vaccine, and they have reviewed the reported adverse event for blood coagulation of this AstraZeneca vaccine. So this particular news is not new, okay. This particular rare side effect or the rare adverse event, okay, TTS, involving blood clotting and related to the COVID-19 vaccine has been reported in the year 2021, okay. And even the GACVS committee knows that this particular side effects is a possibility, okay. So this is not a new news, okay. So it is very important for you to understand that there is no need to panic. This is a very old reported news, and if and when it was a critical news, the use of this particular vaccine would have been stopped, okay. So it is very important to understand that this particular reported very rare adverse event is not new, okay. It has been known to the entire world since 2021, but since it was a class action lawsuit that has been filed against AstraZeneca, this particular news took momentum. Now it is very important to understand how risky is this particular side effect, okay. So the BBC British newspaper, okay, they have clearly elaborated, they have given this particular visual representation of the side effect, okay. So for example, for COVID-19 vaccine side effect, we have seen that for the people around 25 years old, it is 11 in a million, okay. So out of 10 lakh people, it can be seen in 11 people, and above 55-year-old people, it has been seen in only 4 people. Let us compare the risk profile with various aspects, okay. So your chances of dying through coronavirus was 23 in a million. Above 55, it was 800 in a million. The chances of you dying through accident or injury is 110 in a million, as compared to in 55-year, it is 180 in a million, okay. So if you see the probability of having this side effect, the risk profile, it is very low. The chance that you would have this particular serious side effect is very low from this vaccine. I'm not denying that this particular side effect cannot be caused, but I'm simply stating that this particular adverse event or side effect is very, very rare. And it is as rare as 4 in a million, okay. So there is no need to panic. And this particular adverse event or related or similar adverse event are regularly reported in any kind of vaccine, may that be polio vaccine, may that be any kind of vaccine or medication, okay. So the chances in a million, okay, the probability of this is very low, and therefore the risk profile is low, okay. That is important for you to understand. Now, if a particular medicine would have any side effects, it is clearly mentioned by the vaccine producing company, okay. And in this case, the Covishield vaccine, they have package insert, which is, if you buy any particular medication, you would find a paper document, okay. That paper document is called as package insert. This particular package insert, I have taken a screenshot, okay, of the Covishield vaccine, and if you see carefully, that this particular package insert is clearly showing the side effects that are expected with COVID-19 vaccine, okay. So there are side effects which are very common. There are side effects which are common and may affect 1 to 10 people. there are some uncommon side effects and there are very rare side effects. Okay, so common side effects such as tenderness, chills, fever, headache, joint pain, okay, that we have all faced during our vaccination. Other side effects which are 1 in 10 people, such as swelling, being sick, vomiting, diarrhea, flu-like symptoms, okay, those have been seen. And if you focus on this particular aspect, which is a very rare aspect, okay, so focus on this. So they have clearly mentioned that 1 in a million, okay, this particular thing that you have to focus on, they have clearly stated that there is a risk of low blood platelets count or thrombocytopenia, okay. So this particular package insert is present in COVID-19 vaccine, which is Covishield, since 2021, okay. So no one is hiding this, and this is even present on the website also, okay. So it is very important for you to understand that there are side effects with all kind of medicines and vaccine. They are categorized as common, very common, uncommon, and rare. And this particular frenzy which they have created, this particular fear mongering that is going on, it is for a very rare side effect, okay. So this is very important for you to understand that the package insert clearly mentions that there is a risk, okay. So finally, let us conclude, okay, what do we make of this news? Should we bury it, okay. So it is very important to understand that it is a fact, and even AstraZeneca has admitted that this vaccine can potentially cause TTS, okay. But having said that, this fact was never hidden from the public or regulatory authority. It was published since 2021, okay. So there is no need for you to get worried, because no one is hiding this fact and it is not a new news, okay. That is the first thing. Second is that every medication has its plus and minuses, okay. So the benefit of this vaccine are far outweighing the risk, okay. And this risk is extremely rare and with potential side effect, okay. So if you see in terms of a pandemic, the people at AstraZeneca put a lot of efforts to get us this vaccine, and definitely they did not hide this information. But for this pandemic to get cured, they gave us this vaccine, and this particular vaccine was never ever claimed to be foolproof, but the benefit of this vaccine always far outweighed the risk involved, and in this case this particular risk is a very rare potential side effect. Next thing is that in terms of scientific evidence, they conducted clinical trial, and this particular real world data is available, and this AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine has continuously shown this clinical trial result, and as per the regulatory authority, they have had an acceptable safety profile. So whenever this vaccine is given to the patient, the risk profile, the safety profile is acceptable, okay. It was not hidden from anyone, and even the government and the regulatory authority knew about it, and the benefit outweighed the risk, and the safety profile was acceptable, okay. So this is very important for you to understand. Next thing is that in spite of this very rare side effect or uncommon risk of thrombocytopenia, the Covishield vaccine was used to vaccinate 90% of the Indian population. And apart from this particular month, since this news was reported, how many news did you find where people claim that they were dying of this? Okay, so people have died after taking vaccine, but that has never been scientifically linked to be associated effect of this COVID-19 vaccine. Definitely there is 1 in a million possibility, 4 in a million possibility. But in terms of safety profile, this particular vaccine is safe and it will have its risk and benefits. And finally, there was a confusion where people were saying AstraZeneca is recalling its vaccine, it is stopping its vaccine, it is not selling its vaccine due to this side effect, okay. So it is very important for you to understand that AstraZeneca has clearly clarified that it is stopping the sale of this vaccine in EU region only, and that is because there have been multiple COVID-19 vaccine which has been developed. So there is a surplus of this vaccine, okay, and you cannot keep these vaccines for a longer period of time because they need to be kept in a refrigerated environment. they have an expiration date. Okay, if there are more vaccines available in the market, then the sales drop, and it is very important for the manufacturer to maintain this particular line of product. As you know that the pandemic has passed, there is no immediate need for this vaccine to be available at a mass scale in the market. That is why the company is removing this particular vaccine from the market, and that is only due to demand for this particular vaccine. Okay, and that is why it is no longer being manufactured by even Serum Institute of India or supplied in the scale which was expected in the pandemic. Okay, so the pandemic has passed. The company has realized that majority of the people in the world have been vaccinated, and there is not major need for this vaccine. Therefore, they are reducing the stock. Okay, so it is very important for you to analyze this particular news and to understand what exactly is the truth behind it. Thank you for watching this video till the end. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel so that it brings us motivation to bring you such amazing videos. Thank you.